What's going on, guys? So I'm sure you've seen last couple days Dalvin Cook rumors. A lot of it coming from sources that I would say are not legitimate until recently. Darren Wolfson, Minnesota beat guy, and Sports Illustrated both reporting that the New York Jets and Dallas Cowboys specifically are interested in bringing in the veteran running back, likely to be a post June 1st cut of the Minnesota Vikings. Now, quick caveat. I think those sources are legit. I'm not saying they're lying, but it does read that it's kind of an agent-driven report. We saw this with Ezekiel Elliott. There's 4 teams that are down in the Ezekiel Elliott sweepstakes. Who will he choose? No. Adam Schefter wrote that tweet in a way that favored the agent because that's how smoke goes, right? So it could be agent-driven smoke to drum up interest in his client, particularly the way the tweet was written from Wolfson. Now it said multiple teams are interested in putting together a big payday for a dynamic star running back. Please. Nobody's coughing up a big payday for Dalvin Cook. Otherwise, they would have sent a day 3 pick to Minnesota and they would have taken his contract already. So, quick caveat there. But should the Jets be interested? Yeah, definitely. Now, do the Jets need Dalvin Cook? No. I could argue the Jets, look, I think me wanting other players on this team, I feel like I clarify it every video, but it always comes up. It gets misinterpreted that I'm not confident in the team or I don't like the guys that we have. And the Jets could not add another player, Dalvin Cook, Quan Alexander. They could not add anybody else. And I still would say we have a chance to win our division and we have a chance to win the Super Bowl. A chance. We do. I still think this will be the most talented team of my lifetime on paper, especially considering how much you have to heavily weight quarterback play with Aaron Rodgers. But there's also a chance that this is the most talented Jets team of my life, and it's not good enough to go into the playoffs, first win our division, then go into the playoffs and win 4 consecutive games, all 4 against good teams, 2 of them at least against great teams, and 1 of them at least against a great team on the road, probably Kansas City. So that is the company we keep. Just being better than the crappy Jets teams I've watched the rest of my life may not be good enough to go on the road and beat Buffalo, and then beat Cincinnati, and then beat Kansas City, and then go and beat Philadelphia or San Francisco. That is the company we should be looking to keep. And when you look at those rosters, those teams did not stop at what they needed. My goodness. The Eagles had the second most sacks in NFL history last year and spent their first 2 first-round picks on defensive linemen. They do not care. And Joe Douglas does not care either. Because every single position that we've said we didn't need this offseason, Joe Douglas in one way or another has tried to or has addressed. Offensive tackle, Orlando Brown Jr. Wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr. Running back, Daniel Jeremiah reporting the Jets would have taken Jahmyr Gibbs if he was there. And they come back and get Izzy. When everyone was screaming at me, we didn't even need a running back before all this. And Joe Douglas disagrees. And obviously, taking Will McDonald, we didn't need an edge. And would have taken Michael Mayer, we didn't need a tight end, right? And we brought in Chuck Clark. And we drafted a linebacker. And we even drafted a corner. And that's the deepest room on our team. Every single room, Joe Douglas understands the assignment. Stopping at what we need may not be good enough. And Dalvin Cook, he's lost a half a step. I'll say that. Some of the analytics, he's not as elusive. He doesn't break tackles as much. Play Like a Jet did a really good film breakdown. You guys should check it out, showing how the Minnesota offensive line was really responsible for a lot of his breakaway runs. His mainly vision and speed is his game now more than elusiveness and breaking tackles. So, okay. The Jets running back room, the ceiling is really determined by Breece Hall's health. But I think Dalvin Cook could definitely raise the floor because the floor is scary. There is so much variance in this running back room. Best case scenario, what's the Jets running back room look like? Okay, Breece Hall is healthy, 100%. Michael Carter looks like rookie Michael Carter, check. Bam Knight takes a step forward. Looks like Bam Knight versus the Chicago Bears last year. And then Izzy Anabikanda becomes one of these many day 3 running backs who come in as rookies and look like starters right away. Those are all plausible, realistic things that could happen. And if they did happen, the Jets would have one of the best running back rooms in the NFL. Undeniably. However, there's also a scenario that we don't like to think about, but is also possible. Breece Hall looks like Saquon Barkley back from an ACL. Michael Carter looks how he looked last year. Bam Knight looks how he looks the last month of last season. And Izzy Anabikanda takes a while getting used to the NFL game as a 5th round pick. And if that happens, the Jets running back room is very underwhelming. So most likely it's somewhere in the middle, but Dalvin Cook would give you a floor of at least you have a competent plus starting running back, no matter what. And the Jets, given Breece Hall's health, which I'm optimistic about, we cannot say that about anybody on this room outside of Breece Hall. We can't. And what is that worth to me? A 1-year, $4 million deal? Why not? And we got to stop with the Quinnen stuff, guys. Every single contract we have to pay Quinnen. Do we really think there's a world in which the Jets go to Quinnen Williams and say, "Hey, man, we had your contract all drawn up, but then we had to give Dalvin Cook a 1-year deal worth up to $5.5 million, and now we can't pay you. We're gonna have to trade you." Come on, come on. Joe Douglas can walk and chew gum at the same time, and we cannot ignore every other room in this roster until Quinnen Williams signs the contract offer that has been offered to him by the New York Jets. Can't operate that way. So Dalvin Cook, I'm interested. I'm not getting in a bidding war with anyone. Obviously, I'm not even thinking about trading for his contract, but I'm considering bringing him in. And yes, maybe you have to risk, I don't know, putting Bam Knight on the practice squad. Maybe you have to risk losing one of these young guys. And not to sound cold, I do not care. It's running back. Michael Carter is halfway through his rookie contract. Are the Jets going to give him a second contract? Probably not. Let's draft another running back in the 5th round when his contract is up. So whether Dalvin Cook is here for 2 years or Michael Carter is here for 2 years, I don't care. Give me 2 years of Dalvin Cook. I know he's good. He's got 4 straight Pro Bowls. He's got 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Michael Carter's got 1 good year, 1 horrible year. It's not offensive tackle. I'm not looking for a 10-year solution. Dalvin Cook could be an affordable way to marginally increase the chances of the Jets winning the Super Bowl. I'm interested, and we'll talk ball soon.